the tongue they make palava, belenoki mixed. Inside the program as a form of harmful traditional practice, there is serious alarm on the recent forceful initiation of a particular woman. It don't come with some controversy involving the First Lady. We will discuss on this. General Secretary for the General Legal Council and Vice Chair for the Human Rights Commission don't write a letter to the bar station. They ask for an urgent extraordinary general meeting. It's as a result of the council where they may postpone the elections. All the story and more than at the program this morning, but as always, you will get you say by way you send a text to the number 034 100 333 and 034 100 444. But True Talk and Sport all in at the program this morning. We start inside Waterloo as a people can know say forget a community center and one thing where they push development because then community center in there now people can use for all their meeting for talk about them where they monitor them. Well, the demand for Topikela village inside the Western Area, this we don't say they your community no getting kind of facility there and don't they amble how then they bring together issues that with the monitor they begin for talk more this to Mohammed Salo inside this interview.
As community.
Rules of development is
One, Olanka Water as community. Two, Adipan Try or community center.
yeah, because I see people in Nepal do the work, do the foundation for the community center. What are the purpose of this interview? Take family school. With outside of village day and with make a community center start with.
Community center, I was talking to say, we will not get some by this community. Since long ago, we will not get community center. Okay. And moreover, the community center, that's how we can get meeting there. We will not get time for meet, right? Mm-hmm. So I decided to say, okay, now, no strive for structure, community center. Very important, you understand? So I decided to say, Black can start this community center. Every people them. Where they with their support. What I mean, physically, if I call meeting for say today, local bill stone, they ready. Today, water, they ready.
Okay, we'll get into all of that picture. But where communities are not be we will not get to the type of bill. What's that one can meet as a village?
Well, we can meet under the mango stick there. I do can meet. And normally then I can see them in the back also community place. Now owned by individual private side. The pastor can say no more like Ghana side where called Mr. Bangura and the big who can go make meeting a pastor go meet. So then all is strengthful.
So this one I want to for bills on a community place because I understand my concern. At times now go bill on some side. Somebody claims in and get that place.
Okay, yeah, that side, that's how we for the community center. I mean, we want to be small and we don't put on quite a long term. But people will begin this side, then we don't take it back. So like what can in, I try to talk to them. Then say, okay, then I want to give back the place as long as we're at development, we're now for the one own community. But I come back, right? Because the mistake we don't go, community center we don't go, then come for country. So what I think, I mean, it's okay now. When I begin out all at, then we don't make paper.
Okay.
Maybe when I pass away, when I begin, I can claim the side. They agree.
Okay.
So we make paper and sign. Then I sign it. They all did, they all two. Then they will, they all sign. Okay. So we don't make a then they select elect now, then die now safe. Then we can no interfere again.
When I don't start the book, when I don't reach this stage so foundation till they are still on the pound. What's how they get support?
Well now, whenever we get supported, because I know right nobody it's I don't call for support, it's not like that I get, but like way it is start something. The first way we can help really meets you back. Let's meet to say you don't stop. So anything we tell her now we go help. So that just nothing on it, but I just of love again village at hand. So well, anything I get, we community provide, don't take not for shape, not put in development and move over for the community center.
Is there cooperation from the community members?
Yeah, I get cooperation, but also like out of 100%, I get 60% cooperation from any camp or some they not just believe what they do.
Okay.
Because of the age, they say it's still small, so like me not get the mind, so like all my they go and talk into but like me I know say as long as Allah and with I left the community at that, right? Although somebody
so how stage where the work done left, in other words, how many money or support will we need for complete this job here?
So as they see community center big, right? I don't will tell right now say that so amounts, but it need plenty money, right? Because now we don't make foundation, we don't pound, we don't flop stone. Now we can't try now for concrete, right? We can't try for concrete now.
Okay.
I be get small bag about 70 bags cement. I get in a store. So we can start to dandy for can be is for concrete walls because the others third face standing. You can concrete the floor. Exactly. We need support outside. Even the people we don't bother them until they wouldn't be like the aspire. We need their support. See that they now so they don't picking don't statue, they don't bother, they don't everything. We need their support, even honorable, we need their support. We need everybody separate here this message we see or we read this at the word, we need their support from any side we don't come need support because yeah, any side we don't need their support. Honorable Councillor, and even Mr. Excellency, Brigadier Julius Malabio, if you get us read this, we need the support. Don't say that I did for it to one country.
That's the man for one village inside Waterloo. We then call the village the Totikele village inside the Western Iowa district. We is stayed and get some challenge for get a community center so then decide for begin to self-help the acts of the government inside the program we listen to the morning confidential live on SLBC 99.9 Afito regional stations and community partner radio stations. Stay there also get you on Facebook on SLBC Radio 99.9 FM. Go they leave you comments, leave you comment their likes, and we'll read some of the messages and so far we really do. Aside that, we can take the main issue this morning as we tell you now of recent the forum against harmful traditional practice when one organization of different groups then we come together then don't refer to them what them call themselves anti-FGM campaigners. With FGM they mean a female genital mutilation. Then they raise an alarm and then we got a video of one woman where they say this woman forcefully then go initiate them into the Bondo society. According to within far being for pull out now like na somebody when in rival like go use that against her. This content, this thing just happened when the first lady been go na Kenema. Normally every year they can invite her go do some statements and then they where it been make in relation to how for sustain the tradition of the Bondo aside waiting in say not to for school or even picking the way they underage. This whole thing caused a lot of controversy of recent report suggested a set of women they are with anti-FGM campaigners and be right to the Cambridge University in England in relation to that statement. They will can confirm that later and provide that too. So that's been make the university and therefore cancel the first lady way for the officially make a statement. It is on count a lot of controversy. So the first lady said they go live. And there's a lot of issues there. The spokesperson for the first lady which was at the studio now Dadida Jalo. Good morning, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, we also they expect somebody from FAP. We go join me shortly, but I want to start with you, and we will talk on this whole thing where the first lady go live and talk on several issues. Then, but I want the post we talk for what are the first lady in stand on issues of FGM and the aspect of sustaining tradition as against waiting even go talk na Kenema when the so a woman also invite her and make a lot of statements. Wait for the other party not go down well with some people, and especially anti-FGM campaigners.
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to start with the position of the first lady if you ask in all of these issues of the FGM and the regional stance in all of this. The position of the first lady now that in Dr. Fatima Madabiu, now a circumcised woman, and there are no complications during the process we go through, and go able and cannot go against any single adult woman we willingly want to be circumcised. That's her position. As a circumcised woman, there are no complications out of circumcision, and only go against any adult woman we willingly want to be circumcised. And also that also means they only support the forceful circumcision of any child below the age of 18. That's not the position of the first lady. In Medina Kenima, like you say, of recent times, that gathering now for go show solidarity with the women, the grassroots women of this country. You go Kenema and it presents na Kenema in celebrating the culture of women na Afna Salon, not in any way support forceful FGM as how we anti-FGM campaign as it is. The position of the first lady is clear, sacrosanct, in the reality that in a circumcised woman, and in order to go against any woman, adult woman, we willingly want to be circumcised. And in order to support the forceful circumcision of girls below the ages of 18. Because security below the age of 18, it will make consent on its own. Therefore, it only support Namely. So the position of the first lady in all of this is clear. That in a circumcised woman, it only force the circumcision of any adult woman, it only support her, and it only equally support the circumcision of girls below the ages of 18.
Okay, but how you dey link in stance in relation to the statements where he talk now that gathering the inside Kenya?
The first lady in statements like Kenema not support anything with the in relation to forceful circumcision, the forceful FGM. The first lady in statements, first of all, people need to understand say the first lady gets a moral and contractual obligation to attend any event organized by a group of citizens when I say Alunians, and also for promote social cohesion and promote citizens' social, cultural, political, and anthropological life. That's now one of the role of the first lady. So in Dewana Kenima, for stand in solidarity with the women of Sierra Leone, for identifying itself as a member, as somebody we don't go through the tradition or the culture of Sierra Leone. In order in any way this position stands as a first lady. So they Kenima for make a statement what she said.
How you going to interpret that statement?
In Ghana.
Yes, there are statements saying
that is you identifying your true self. The first lady, and there is nowhere in the world, or Salon will talk say, before hide or for be proud of your identity. They tell the world that she, when born, he meet in mama, in granny, as they don't go through the Bono society. He meet in granny, they dance to the cultural rhythm of the country.
And that statement they followed by it end up with, for example, there's nothing anybody can do now with it into this. Am I correct to say that?
Maybe people will misunderstand the statement.
So how it end up? I'm not saying it starts with, for example, my mama, my granny, me said. We talk about if another they make like the whole garden, people like shout. There was so much excitement about while people they lie, they talk their own. There's nothing on like we protect on our way into this. We already. Then people are holding into that issue. They are already people who think then people are not holding into that kind of.
So the first lady's statement, first of all, in that garden was identifying herself as part of the women of Sierra Leone, and they are not an exception at all. Like I say, just like you say that in born, you meet in Granny, they dance to cultural rhythm. You meet in Mama, they dance to the cultural rhythm. And himself as a circumcised woman, first of all, we need to understand say, you can campaign against something where maybe your experience is bad about. But the first lady in her person not get any bad experience when maybe go through the process of circumcision. So, however, her doors has always been open to anti-FGM then, the one that really campaign against FGM, for make them present credible and data and statistics on how they for enroll and things there as well. She has always called upon them 8 years to date. None of them has ever come to her office. None of them ever come for them discuss.
They never worked together, even with the hands of our girls.
They have never worked in any way. They have never collaborated with her, even when they open the doors for them come forward, let them work for the betterment of this country. Because if you say you are campaigning against this, you have to come, bring your data, bring the evidences. Because now something must have informed certain decisions before everybody come on board, but they never showed up for that. So the statement of the first lady Kenema for identifying herself as a true Sierra Leonean woman, for telling us, say, me granny, I born and meet me granny, they dance this dance here. I meet me mama, they dance this cultural dance here. So me self not will be an exception, just like Aluna said not an exception. So she's proud of herself.
That statement not to indirectly they support the already within.
No, telling them
in bone of contention.
Telling them not to be afraid. It's not supporting or telling them say not afraid for the first with FGM. Her statement was not, we're not afraid, we will not continue. No, You not for be afraid, for come forward and identify yourself to the culture of Serbia. We get many women there today, we don't want to talk about their culture. Many women there today really use social platforms, bigger platforms for condemn their culture or for condemn culture in Serbia for women. So the first thing is telling them, don't be scared, don't be afraid. If you na you are two African traditional women, you dance to the culture of Africa, come forward, raise your hands, let us do the right thing. And what people need to understand, the first lady is not the law of Salome, and she is also equally not above the law of Salome. So whenever the first lady making presence at any gathering, whether in a social event, whether in a private event, whether in a corporate event, in presence they are now, in presence at the event and they for even give you peace of mind because the first lady they carry the
But
message
anything
of
wait,
peace
but
and the
again,
message of
but her
development.
utterances or waiting is their actions. They now like an influencer.
No, she has not influenced us.
No, what are they say? What they say? People them for also know say like it. But anything what you do, how we work, how we laugh, because of the position where you hold. So sometimes even by your action, which you talk, they influence certain things there.
So of course I agree with you. But people also equally need to understand there was not a single utterance. And mind you, this was the first time when you first did attend this event. This event only happened several years ago. It has been happening. This now the culture of women at the end of every year. Every year they come together, Nakenima, converge Nakenima. And these are not just women within the southern province. These are not only women within Nakenima. These are women from all walks of life. Women they come from every corner of this country. They come out Makini, they come out Kabbalah, they come out Falaba, they come out Tonkolili, they come out Kenima, they come out Kailan. Every corner of this country, women they come out. And not only traditional women, every woman from every walks of life, be you na the business sector, na the corporate sector, everywhere, women are gathered in Kenima. And when they gathered in Kenima, in that event, there was no girl who is below 18 years. No picking on the under. And there was nothing discussed. Like for say, well, no, we take them picking them. On that day, they did forceful initiation. No. The first lady cannot and has never supported the forceful aspect of FGM. Though in a circumcised woman, but she has never, like I say, in position is simple as circumcised. That in a circumcised woman, in order to support the circumcision of any forceful or the forceful circumcision of any adult woman, and he equally also only support the circumcision of girls below the ages of 18.
Okay, Daddy, that just after that statement and that event, we see events unfold. This 30-year woman, we according to facts, we hope they will likely join you soon. We say na forceful, they're forceful to go and they get to do with rivalry business. For many people, by the analysis around that first lady in statement na Kenema to then so where then they and what will happen with that woman they if you are like say and like we give people the leeway for doing what they want.
Okay, so these are two different situations. These are two different situations. And we of course, a couple of days ago, we see a video of a woman, 30 years old woman, we alleged that she was forcefully circumcised in a man's house. That situation, as I talk, currently under police investigation. But this is the position of the first lady in that situation. The first lady come up publicly and say, the issue, if not so happen, it's so bad. If not so happen, condemn them in the entire form.
But instead of like by the first lady in talking, we go like instead of the doubt within humans.
Yes, because the statements that the woman made in the video, they contradict it. At first, they say they run from the one side, the one circumcised and going on. At second, they say they circumcised. So in statement in conflicting, now that doubts they will over to the first lady. Make a say.
But just like first lady ain't concerned about that thing then.
But she's
why it bother about that issue then?
No, she's a woman. Because anything will happen to any
no,
woman.
but for that FGM issues then they happen. Why in concern about that particular
just like
issue
how other, just like how
and conscience?
No, just like how this not the first time they go Kenya for celebrate for standing solidarity with women then. But this is the first time when the issue will come up. So this is also the first time where this issue of this woman, 30 years old woman, come forward. And the first lady as a caring mother of Salome, and therefore respond to that. And also the first time this is the first time we make a position on FGM. Before this time, even prior to 2018 when he became first lady, she was bold and loud about it. And when she became first lady, they also make a position. I remember recently BBC began for interview her on this FGM business, and they asked a question, very simple question, very important. We in fact speak to the instance as a first lady, and as a woman, we don't go to the circumcision. They say why in Peking and not join Bongo. She was clear that in order for in Peking and cry. That statement, a lot of people misunderstand the statement. But the first lady was not only talking about her daughters, but when they talk about speaking them when they below the ages of 18. And mind you, when the first lady made that statement to BBC, none of England picking them were born, not be 18 years old. They were all below 18 years old. So
during that
time of the interview, all of them were below 18. Which means say the first lady, even though she has been a circumcised woman, is stand about circumcision. It's clear. You not only they talk for talk sake, but also they practice them now in house. None of you picking them below the ages of 18. At that time, only women consent for themselves. Not ever go join the society.
That is as if first lady caught up in the middle of two situations. One in an event where just as you don't they say, people then say celebrate with other women them where they do FGM. Then again the first lady come openly say in picking them how they would for now they do FGM. Some people will say it like firstly they protecting you on whilst they left other people like
No,
go
she's
to the
not
practice.
protecting her own. She's just saying in Peking they're not joining women because they're not reach the stage for make consent. If when they are 18, for example, we in other that kingdom 18 so now, if in decide say in one for go join Bondo, she has the right because they make informed decision, informed choice for herself. She's above 18, but below 18, that imposition resonates also to within the do my home, my family. You cannot take girls forcefully to join the Bondo society when they are below the ages of 18.
Development we don't come. A lot of people they say even engagement with first lady for going a long done because of this ups and downs. Don't make in fact someone say na cancel and I see Dr. Blighty say na first lady say no, you know they go there. What's not the position actually?
So thank you very much. I think this is very important, and I want to address this issue here like I did yesterday in Truth Media. The first lady beget a program in London for the keynote address, part of the speakers there. I want to let family know say the first lady now one dignified personality in this country where in every platform we go for do it, giving your voice for the empowerment of women and girls. The world always look up to people like Dr. Fatima Madabi. And they happen at the United Nations, they happen at every other international domain in this world. Recently, she was certified as one of the world negotiators. We talk about kids, women in crisis area, picking them in a conflict area, when the world want for converge, or talk about them situation and they one of the people who they look forward to make before negotiate them peace in the situation and they. So recently, we get the program in London for attend, and this program was supposed to be held in Cambridge University. I want to make it clear, Naya, that the organizers of the program gave the wrong information to the first lady. In fact, they falsified the whole program, making it look as if Cambridge University was part of the organizers of the event. So because Cambridge was part of the organizers of the event, the first lady was compelled to attend the event and give consent to the time and invite the organizers and put the time. But as the time they approached towards the program, a lot of controversy came up with the organizers of the event. So the first lady had to make checks on this event and find out, say, Cambridge not the part of the organizers of the event. The only thing what Cambridge do now for give a hall to the organizers of the program. Like universities that they rent their auditoriums and the hall there for events that they want to do. So they gave their hall, they rented their hall to the organizers. So we can't follow say Cambridge was not part of the organizers. So the first thing they began for reach to the organizers and say, "Una tell me say Cambridge was
One
part
of the organizers and before you move forward.
Okay, I'll give you a list of
Okay.
the names.
Okay, go ahead.
So they get onto them and say, "You told us that Cambridge was part of the organizers of the program." And at the end of the day, the organizer can say, "Oh well, we know say well, now this and that." But the first lady in her capacity, looking at that kind of person way in be, you know, want to participate or take be in a place where you not get an actual sense of who is doing this, who is organizing this, or who is leading this. So because of that, in deliberately on her own, not to waiting the anti-FGM campaigners, as they say, now because they write petition to the organizers of the program, make the organizers of the program, they say, no, we cancel the first day. No, no, no. In fact, I am sure in coming days, as soon as possible, the organizers themselves will therefore make a public statement in relation to that day. We get for exonerate the first lady. For me, people they get clear.
A forceful statement.
Not a forceful statement, they just have to because I mean they are caught up in the middle. For make them make a clear say not to then cancel the first lady. That first lady willingly stop the participation from the program. So waiting the FGM.
But you know what debunk say there is a petition already to the organizers.
No, they
the
wrote
FGM.
petitions. You know, they wrote petitions to the organizers of the program. Say, well, we one of the speakers who on the couch, we are the first lady of Sierra Leone, they make a statement or in a program we therefore support FGM, we begin and take begin and go the first way. That was the petition they made. But the petition was not the petition not to be the reason why they cancel the first lady participation. The first lady willingly cancel the participation. We hear a lot of people that they say, well, that the platform was taken from the first lady and given to another person. That platform, it is a platform for the first lady, but not the platform where will make the first lady or break the first lady. Because this is a woman we don't give the highest voice of advocacy in the history of the country. Since Sierra Leone became independent state, or since we begin forget first lady, or since we begin forget women the way they stand for this country, talk about Mami Yoko and all other women, she has done single-handedly more than any other woman in the history of this country in raising her voice for women and girls, in protecting women and girls, in empowerment of women and girls. So that was not the platform. It was also a platform, but not the platform. She has went as far as
some people think can say it contradicts the for like first lady don't reach another level like they say many platforms. At the end of the day, we all gear towards protecting women and girls. So the issue of FGM, many people they say it's like puts San and somebody in Gary, like the good accolades always first lady don't get. It's like this situation will come down.
No, this situation only will come down. In fact, if you take a critical lens on this situation, you will find out say most of this anti-FGM, where they put the first lady in the middle, they misunderstand the first lady. They amputate the presence of the first lady, amputate the statement of the first lady for fitting their own desire. These are not. This is not a campaign really on a genuine basis. Because if this is a campaign really on a genuine basis, we have a sitting room, we have a table. Let's come to the dialogue table. Let us see how we energize. Let us see how we discuss that. Just like we did for the Hands of Our Girls campaign. Just like we did for putting, or just like what the first lady do for push a law we prohibit early child marriage in this country. And they have been invited over time. None of them came. So why is it now? Why now? When the first lady don't attend this program from the one, they attend this program, they attend this program. And what actually did the first lady say in that event will make anti-FGM
they say that Hands of Our Girls campaign that did that. And again, anything related to do with FGM, is it part of the Hands of Our Girls campaign?
The Hands of Our Girls.
Why I ask this question? You like for say at every given point, or also for the anti-FGM campaigners, you know, they part of they don't ever see like the first list team up a platform they talk against, you know,
no, the first
issues and they decide we're gonna talk about my family, I meet my granny, my mama, and then talk about how you know the tradition will be protected. But how do you decipher tradition to that of waiting the anti-FGM campaigners they call harmful practice?
The first lady has always been on record for condemn the forceful act of FGM. She has always been on record. Anytime when the first lady they attend them program, for example, the one at Kenema, they always get engagement with the one they really organize the events. The Suis of this country and other traditional leaders will make them understand say, no woman should be forced. No girl should be forced. Adults, women should willingly make decisions on their own. Girls should not be forced because they cannot give consent below the ages of 18. So the first lady is loud, always about that. She cannot be the caring mother of Silo and support anything where harmfully they damage child picking them. She cannot be the caring mother of Silo and see a particular activity where actually they disturb the women of our country. She has always been on record. Just like how they go in places they talk about man they not for married people below the age of 18, man they not for give belly to people they go school, they not for send people for bona married below the ages of 18. Now so equally they engage traditional leaders for let them understand say Bono society has been existing even before Adam was born. She is part of that society. She is a circumcised woman, and he not ever get any problem out of circumcision. She's okay. She's hale and hearty, and the experience with the other people that they talk about. So therefore, they against the circumcision, but what she is against is the forceful circumcision of any adult woman or any girl below the ages of
The
18.
anti-FGM campaigners, are they all Sierra Leoneans? Because
Well, we can see some anti-FGM campaigners. You can see them and know they are foreigners, but most of them are Sierra Leoneans. Most of them are Sierra Leoneans. But again, like I say, most of them they use the anti-FGM stuff for raise money for themselves. Because
because I see a list where
no, well, yes, yeah. There was a list published, names published by the First Lady, when are anti-FGM. These people, you can tell by their names and then current and the past occupation in the political scape of Sierra Leone. These people have always been in the opposite side. These people have always been in the opposite side of politics. So what they do so actually is not a genuine cause.
politics
It's a cause for put the First Lady down, for make the First Lady seem as a bad person, for make people begin say, oh,
Daddy, issues of FGM, we for discuss woman, body parts and all that thing in a very sensitive thing, and for some people, in fact, what did you discuss it and it's traumatic as a result of maybe some the experience with them. Why the First Lady they link people the way they into anti-FGM into why they bring politics into all of this?
We get, for example, the former Deputy Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs, who was supposed to be in this program. She was the former APC Deputy Minister. There is nothing wrong if the First Lady get doubts in the concerns.
So all the one they were involved and that in the all APC woman then?
Now, the First Lady made a statement. And a statement not in any way they try for put the concerns them down, but to her, based on the way they come at them. And for example, this guy waiting at times, this news outlet when at times, when at Tom something in him, when are the author of most of their articles there. So this is a man who has unfortunately been known for going after the First Lady for over a year now. He has actually been known, unfortunately, for being the only person where they publish articles at times against the First Lady. She did so many articles against the First Lady during the Koidu holding saga, and say a lot of things then. Again, we are not surprised. For see this same person, they published, in fact, they put paraphrased articles where the organizers of this event make, paraphrase and for make it look like I say, the organizers are saying things against the First Lady. We are not surprised at this particular person. So if the First Lady say these people are not on a genuine cause for Sierra Leone, these people are on a political trajectory, they are fighting for FGM economy, it is not anything we need for that.
Okay, continue for the week. So that Ida Jalo will be the spokesperson for the First Lady's office.
All right, today take another issue as the Sierra Leone Bar Association annual general meeting. Of course, a lot on the around for discuss, especially we were able to see from the National Investment Board, let's get the point of view, especially where we talk about postponements or other things. But let me get one of the senior members in the association, we now have Victor Idris Alassana. Good morning, Commissioner. Welcome to Morning Coffee.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, many things don't happen. In fact, many people, if I go social media, even people not lawyers, don't they analyze how the situation look like? So you na member, we see again you get you own bit of what you make up of what don't happen. Quickly, give you a background to your point of view.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. Family members see the Sierra Leone Bar Association the leading voice in terms of rule of law, constitutional order, and other things that we related. And this now an association we formed, by the MNA in 2000. But now association we don't we've been in existence even before that year 2000. We've been around like 100 years. Okay, so let me say it's the oldest bar association in sub-Saharan Africa, and the reason we make them form the association by the memorandum and articles of association. Now for one, we promote the welfare of our membership. Number two, now for we promote constitutional order. Number three, now for we make sure say we promote and protect human rights. Number four, now for we ensure say there is rule of law. Number six, number five, now for we make sure say we protect the integrity and independence of the judiciary. Number six, we ensure say we're able to provide legal education. So we get from A to Z reasons them we make the establish this bar association. And inside what we call the M&A, the Memorandum of Articles of Association, that document is like we say the Bible or the Quran of an organization. Okay, and the constitution will show you, for instance, whether a member, how you could become a member, and when elections should be held, and whether the positions that we people can contest for, and whether they're eligible, or qualify for maybe contest. So that document is the guiding document, and that document it enter them. I mean, it in relation with the Companies Act. Okay, first it was the Companies Act of Cap 249 of the laws of Sierra Leone. Now we get the Companies Act of 2009. We don't, go through amendments in 2015. So it's a proper company, I should say. Okay, it's a very proper company, and it should be run like such. We family don't follow say for a long time now. The bar association don't they get issues them. The membership at some point, be dissatisfied with how the executive them. Previous and current executive actually don't they carry on with the association affairs, don't they conduct the association affairs. We will also recall in recent time the 2015 incident where the former president be relieved from office in vice president. Okay, Dr. Anes Kuruma, the sack the vice president, Samsumana by then. And like I say, the bar association, one of the many reasons them we inform and for them we able to promote rule of law and constitutional order. So when that incident happened, the association they need for put out a statement and for clearly states the position of the association. But other members of the association were conflicted. We get a meeting at the law office at Shakasimi Street. Some members of the association then set Bush Alala only for go through that election day. We even understand see at some point some members of the very bad association and they call police, then police intervene. Police then come, then bond some lawyers, then beat some lawyers, get them go to police, go lock them up. So the divide we a lot of people they talk about the bar association don't exist for a long time. Since we not be able to take a decision on a very critical national issue of that nature, the divide don't continue on from that point there. Well, even before that there was a divide, but it was lukewarm. So 2015 incidents now, really deep in the divide. And then fast forward to 2024, 2 years ago, the divide in Kenya, it was like an explosion. So you could see that since then the bar association has not been able to come back, to its feet and be able to actually do the things the way the M&A actually establish and for do. So like I say, in 2024 we get the last annual general meeting. So by the way, I should also state by way of this introductory remarks that every year the association forgets a meeting. Okay, we will discuss what we don't do over the past 12 months, look at the financial books, statement from the Secretary General will come in, President, go before, like just update the membership of waiting the association they do for that 1 year day. And during that period, we also do elections. But few years ago, the membership, they also decide that somebody raise a motion, and the vote on the motion say, let we extend the 1 year to 2 years. So that means now that we're going to get to elections then every 2 years instead of every year. So that resolution was filed with the Corporate Affairs Commission by then, as it was named. And since then, the tenure or the period for which for all elections now are 2 years. So the last election will be now be 2024. So this year the executive don't ripe, for the conduct another election and usher in a new executive, whether somebody go for re-election as the case may be, but there must be an election where they for conduct. So the current executive put out a notice sometime in I think in May, in April or so, I think 11th of May or so. Then say they inform membership the elections, the annual general meeting will hold on the 5th and the 6th of June. Okay, so since then membership be the register, because before you participate in the elections or in the general meeting, you have to be a paid up member. That is what the M&A says. Remember, I don't say already that the M&A is the kind of the constitution of the Bible Quran of the association. So they say before you participate or before you're eligible for participate, you therefore be a paid up member. So once that notice they come out, a lot of members then don't register to make sure they then get an opportunity for participate. Fast forward, another notice come out very recently. In that notice, the executives say they were constrained. They were constrained logistically, so they began for postpone the elections. They go postpone the annual general meeting and the elections. So this one raised a lot of concerns. For me, like you say, I'm a senior practitioner. I've been around for some time now. I've supported every executive we don't come over the past about 12 years now, but we don't do at the bar. And so I'm concerned, and that is why I write a letter there. The letter clearly states my position. One of many things that I asked for. I say the executive no get it was against corporate good governance for let them make postponements without stating the new dates for the annual general meeting. You could postpone. The M&A give you the right, if at all there is no meeting, we will meet and say, let us defer the elections or let us defer the annual general meeting. The executive make they get the power and make we elect them for many represent interest. So they can make a decision and say we are going to defer because of A, B, and C. But however, the executive don't get the express right for do a postponement without stating the next date of the annual general meeting and elections. So that was why I said to them in that letter that this was done, in bad corporate governance interest. And I asked in that letter that several things I asked for, but specifically I say first, as it starts, I say the need for call an emergency general meeting, which several issues that will be addressed before we go to the next AGM.
Before you go deeply, Sana, one of the challenges again from the opening statement we don't get to this point is as if the bar is being politicized, because looking at the scenario, waiting on their being till now, they see like some people able to detach themselves from the political affiliation to the bar. So it's what they do for felt hard for depoliticize the bar.
The bar not so an exception from public view that institutions are being politicized. People can say, "Oh, SABC don't politicize SABC." I should say, a lot of times they put brush and paint like I'm brushing it. But suffice it to say, yes, the bar has been facing a lot of challenges. One of them the infiltration of politics. Okay, we don't see over the years, politicians who are also lawyers, then they participate in bar programs. They even stand elections. They openly campaign and take sides because of their political interest. And so the bar has been grappling with that for a very long time. You see. So like we ask the question, what should they do? Me, I think say what should be done really is to do the things that we are just don't itemize. Because that is what it doesn't matter which political entity you belong to or which political allegiance you get. Because mark you in the constitution, when the normal people and the government, the supreme law of the country, it say every individual in Sierra Leone, every citizen gets the right for belong to whatever association or political gathering, political association, society, whatever. You get the right for belong, for associate. Okay? So it is a constitutional guarantee that people can belong to whatever institution, whatever association they want to belong to. But however, that should not prevent you from making sure that if you belong to a professional body like the bar association, whether professional body they get in constitution like the M&A, we clearly state wetin they establish the association for, and wetin we for do for make sure say we actually live up to the expectation for which the association was created. So my thinking or my view is that you can belong to party Y, party Z, but if you then become a member of the bar association and an executive member for that matter, you get for make sure say your political orientation or lineage no interfere with what you for do as a member of the bar, with what you for do as an executive of the bar.
Okay, what can to outside this whole thing begin? Like when you see paid up members and how you dey get you sleep to be it a treasurer or the office. That thing they in fact now they the first, the public begin even look at the bar say this kind of organization this. The organization will be longer. I no need forget the treasurer in presence to go pay me dues when I dey go vote in a sludge. Once I don't go my bank, I don't go pay. I just dey go let me see there is already a staff the way they collect time just register. I'm done with that. Issues of treasurer appearance and treasurer and all they call treasurer on a phone, they go tell you say he busy and all that. So now the first thing now they will make the organization appear very fun in the eyes of the public. All right. After that, draw, and all them thing, they one of the contestants then within a different programs they talking on the PRO car, it talk you also see the incumbent president, this banter all and all. Like what you mentioned, just after that postponement, they will see one of the contestants for this position right now that you not see any strong reason for many postponement and it gets some argument. Fast forward, somebody also write for the intervention in National Investment Board. The National Investment Board come and say the election, if for carry on, the executive say no, in fact, they not get what it take for even for ask them for do that. But on M&A, that intervention from the National Investment was in place, sir.
I read the National Investment Board the letter. So the background to that is that one of the aspirants when Ms. Ebutenge, she's also a very respected member of the bar. He writes to the National Investment Board. We basically like the regulatory body where they oversee companies. I don't say already now, I say the bar association a company and it's a company limited by guarantee. So she wrote a letter to the executive director of the National Investment Board and say A, B, and C are the reasons that we believe say this election for go on as scheduled, and you as the regulator you need for coming and make sure say you take your role for get the executive or proceed with the elections. It cites the fact say a lot of investments don't go into the campaigns. Several things have been done, so the elections will go on. So the investment board, as a regulator, they would and give some directives to the bar executive. But I think that while the National Investment Board gets the regulatory powers, but I think see when they were exercising, well, when they were pointing at those powers in that letter, they went overboard. Okay, even for me, even the donation was too high, was too militant. You don't. I mean, we are a very professional association. You don't approach us in that manner. Being too. You can have powers, but even the way you express them.
Yeah.
And by the way, they were almost going to say, okay, we are transforming ourselves into a court. And so at some point, they actually say, oh, any member can apply to the court. So, they were, blowing hot and cold. So while they have the regulatory powers, but I think say, they don't use that very well. They don't use that regulatory power very well. So, because if you say, for instance, when I go ahead and appoint independent or neutral supervisors of elections and so on and so forth, the Bar Association is a company which is independent, which can really conduct its own affairs without having to have extra people from where they can conduct the elections. So they may have had good intentions, but the way those good intentions were communicated, I'm not sure. I think we
So now the communication
so
is not like what you say the two militant technology, but by law they may be in place for intervening. So
the Companies Act give them the authority for intervene and make sure certain things are done. But then they went overboard in saying, for instance, appoint neutral kind of election management body and make sure you do because you wrote the letter on the 3rd of June and the elections were slated for the 5th and the 6th. So how would you now automatically say the elections must go on as scheduled? So it was too late in the day, in fact, because already the executive had come out to say we are logistically challenged. So I think what you should have done as a regulatory body, you see the adjudicate, we mean you talk case between people. When you receive that letter from Ms. Tenge, you should have called the executive, when they come to the table, and the two parties then, you now try for settle out the issues then. So who say maybe there is reluctance, from one party, and that's they will now issue out orders then. But you don't just go grab, you issue out a decree or orders without having to hear from the other side.
Okay, so what are the other things that we call for VI aside the extraordinary meeting?
Yes, so I've said in that letter that because the Bar Association, is the profession of decorum, it's not good for them to go into elections. On the day of the election, and that day, we begin appoint somebody who is senior way to conduct elections. I mean, that for me, it's really very chaotic. We have seen it over time. So I said in that letter that let us have an EGM, extraordinary general meeting, where we will go and appoint a senior plus 2 other members we will team up and form what we call an electoral body. We will be in charge for conduct elections. Now, once we roll from that body, inside that same extraordinary general meeting, we can now agree, these are the guidelines. So, for instance, you get asked for publish the list of registered voters or registered members, 2 weeks to the elections, so that everybody knows, these are the people who are qualified or who are eligible to vote. So if you don't see name when they publish them, you can now take up on the executive, iron out everything, or that electoral body, they iron out everything before ever the elections. And then also, I followed that the campaigns from both sides. The campaigns have been very, very, very much inimical. The campaigns have been very characterized by calumny. So cause, personal issues. Then even non-lawyers. People they style themselves as bloggers. They don't go very personal. They go into people's family life. They put them out. They put photos. The question paternity. The question this. All of this not necessary. Not called for. So I have called upon the 2 leading contestants, the incumbent Ms. Jabi and Ms. Martina Ibenda, for them to come out clearly and condemn those people who think they defend them or they act on their behalf we they put out there, explore them, we they put out them bad materials, them, them unpleasant materials them out there in the public. Condemn and say this is not the way to support me. We are a decent profession. I condemn such acts and nobody for continue for write them distasteful material in the interest or in the guise of supporting me. So I expect that both of them should come out and be very, very clear. Because honestly, these are people that we don't sleep together, don't eat together, don't go out together. They live together for a very long time. So I don't see that an election at the end of the day, it's really a voluntary thing. At the end of the day, it's just after 2 years you are done. So how do you want to look at your sister as your friend? When this election will become so acrimonious, I don't think that the best way for go. So I have called upon them that same letter. They say, una need for behave. With decorum, una need for behave with maturity and call out on una membership, on our supporters, both within the bar association and without. Those who are non-members, tell and say this is not you, and you have to write publicly or take a public interview and condemn such people and way they behave like because I think it really offends the profession. It offends. I also act as the secretary of the General Legal Council. Now the council way they regulate the legal professionals in this country. So when I see these things, I become really very much offended because this is not the way how lawyers behave. Because even within the bar, even the one the way the supporters them, I don't see they go overboard, they say things, they write things that way really very offensive, not befitting of a lawyer. So that is why I've called upon the two leading candidates then for me to come out clearly, make a public statement, get a press statement where they will clearly condemn those people. From within the bar and the one that also are non-lawyers and condemn and say this is not what I stand for.
Yeah, what you also will see on this election, like what you mentioned, even with what will happen at Kenya, colleges don't talk to you about politics. But like what you say, even with your politics, be you red, you green, you blue or white, when it comes to a professional body you belong to, you also go in line with that. One thing also don't show up on this Tuma and Martina, the election, now how political, be it political personality or groupings they show into. What's the danger there?
Well, I don't.
To the extent a question was asked, just an addition, a question was asked to the incumbent, and publicly she claimed, in fact, my opponent will tell me, say, we don't belong to the same political party. Nothing say, then they also know they tell well on the back. Yes, they engage to belong to the political party, but for openly saying so.
Yeah,
so again,
communication sometimes becomes a problem. You could belong to your political party, okay, but I don't think when you are a member of a professional body like the bar, you need to go knock chest. Oh, I belong to this political party. So it really becomes concerning. They even give the political party bad name. Like say the political party,
they deny the fact that they belong to the same political party.
Like say the political party, they deliberately, try for take over the bar, capture the bar, and which may not be the case.
And for some people, if people like say by that statement of Madam Tumana, like when they say that the political party now they won the ban.
Well, now they say exactly. Now that's what I say exactly. I say you present the picture as if it is now the political party, that is trying to capture the bar and control the bar, which may not be the case. So now I say it's about communication. You can like when they say normally, you then say when you yam white now for cover. But if you're gonna take it, begin to boast about say that it invites many enemies for yourself. You see, so I think there's a better way we could actually communicate.
So when you write this, you don't get any response with any action done day by which you write?
That letter I write them on Friday, and by the time we clerk go serve them, the secretariat of the bar association be done close. But then I serve the parties and I serve the secretary general and the president via WhatsApp. And yesterday we delivered physical copy to them. So I expect within the course of this week they will reply me. Definitely expect that.
So in the event that's like you get a time frame where they give them or what you intend also for the corner and lawyers or like a different.
No, of course. I can say within the course of this week, if they don't reply, we always get a call to the courts. Definitely, because at the end of the day, we have to be treated with respect because we are professionals. We are not kids at all.
How the bar go raise the bar where the bar don't go down to?
No, well,
aside these elections.
No, yes. So the bar
the election are just one way they show how the bar done the candle. Like what you mentioned, 2015, Take to now, don't be hunt to now. Issues the way una for raise issue and don't silence because politicians they will belong things so they can use the bad day in advantage. Say they don't count to waiting happen like take to waiting they happen now.
There is a simple way for raise the bar. There's a simple way. I mean, whether you restore the dignity of the bar, it's just what I said just now. I mean, the purpose for which the bar association was created. The memorandum of association is very clear. Promote constitutionalism, rule of law, human rights, legal education, just all of these things. Then the bar, is restored. The dignity of the bar is restored. That is just what we need to do. And doesn't matter who becomes the president, whether na VI, na the president, na Tuma, na Martina, na Givao, na Bobo Kaba, na any APC person, whosoever, na Adi Macaulay.
But why you been silenced after that Kenema election? Why don't you decide to raise your voice?
Well, I don't know when
you comfortable with that Kenema situation?
Well, I don't know when you say silence.
You be raising any. I don't say anything on black and white. Really, what do you do now as a senior lawyer? I make have you actually been silenced after that Kenema situation?
Okay, so like I say, I'm the Secretary to the General Legal Council, and now they receive lawyers them or certified lawyers for practice law. So I have used several opportunities. When we do certification of lawyers, when we receive them, when they sign either the permanent register or the temporary register, I've always said that Kenema was a regrettable cause, and that everybody for make sure say we come out and own up to that and say never again will Kenema repeat itself. I've said that on many occasions, okay? But over and above that, I think we get a role for play as legal practitioners, particularly so as the senior one then, because now what I see, the young one when they come, they are clinging up to their masters. And so if you don't play that role model thing, maybe a good example, you find out the one when they come after they will do the same thing. We have seen a lot of times in the way the bar has been really challenged, whether by the conduct of individual members, by members collectively. So to me, what we have to do is not just to raise our voices, merely to raise our voices, but raising your voice is one of the things. But really make sure we practically do the things the way the bar association was set up to do. And it doesn't really matter what kind of political particles you were, because the M&A we form with, that is one of the challenges that we get. The M&A, not stop anybody from running for executive positions. So you want to be APC or SLP. If the membership supports you, vote for you, you can be president, vice president, secretary general, assistant secretary general, as the case may be. So maybe we need for even review the M&A and disqualify people
you
who
must
are
be
clearly.
So then they go also address some of the challenges on the face. Continue for being with VI Lansana, when I'm a member of the Salon Bar Station, before that in a senior person, and he hold a very critical position as General Secretary for the General Legal Council. We just don't talk about what he thinks they therefore do. We continue the program we listen to the morning coffee. People remember we don't talk to Usudadira Jalo, that is spokesperson for the First Lady's office on this issue. This controversy around the FGM, we're then joined by Anita Koma, founder and country director for Galchild Network, and also a member of FAB, the organization where there is a lot of issues around that. Good morning, welcome to the program.
Good morning, and sorry for coming in late due to other things. Thank you so much.
So the spokesperson for the First Lady don't raise a lot of issues about sincerity of owner we claimed as FGM campaigners, on how many times First Lady don't open doors in relation to how for even handle this issue, and then don't ask una many times, especially people they will still hold on to protect the Igbo culture about evidence based on some of them claims here they make, and then of recent get for do this draw you get for do the First Lady get for go talk in a particular place. People report say there was a petition and all, then seen in day a statement to the First Lady making a una as FAB. This come after one and raise a lot of concern about a recent 30-year-old woman, and now the First Lady don't go live. There is a lot of issues as against credibility.
Thank you so much for having me. Good. Yesterday I watched him. Una know me. We don't in other space. Me and Anita for 15 years, and even before that. So me sometimes where all the accusations and they come. I dey pity the first lady because I think you not get credible people around her for tell them the reality. You meet we now we work now we back. One time they come first. Yesterday the teacher woman as here. I tell herself I be doing around anyway more or less and so because it are trained you know now don't work. Somebody can't get part up in her back then and come back for can't tell you now what they like say una know what not what something in salary. Me Anita, I bought something in salary. Now we work. We know one work where it come for setting answer for our grounds. I was there when we set when they called me now bring in a who pick for set the answer for our grounds. That na one thing for someone reminder. Me remember that day. With that Bobo Paul. Now with this. Anytime I call you together. The day where they launch in answer for our grounds. Ask AYV. Na me AYV drag. I don't receive an invitation from man. Nobody call me. But it's for Sarah Leone. I have to go there, support other women. I sat there, talked to her, waiting for you in all this again agenda. I passed the end child married. I was the national chair for end child married. Now we make the coalition. In me too, don't set time. The time for launch, Dr. Fatu Taki say, hey, Anita, that time na 50-50. Now then, now the implementing organization, me now the national chair. Say, okay, Lord go meet the first lady, Lord get her involved. Now we this will go right inside office. Talk to them. They say, okay, they join we go marking. The day, we'll go marking, now different thing from today to one day, no call me. For say, and child married, the una we been there, the una invites me, una can work with me. It passed me with mescaline. I dey work for UNICEF, we don't reach to 85,000 girls, I'm still counting. I'm the voice since 2011 in Sierra Leone. You all know. Now, me set the space. I was in Geneva. Now, we set the date for 2014, May 28th for Mesca Nigeria. I was in that city. I was in that. I go check UNESCO desk. Some of us, we work. I work for Sierra Leone, and I give all I have for Sierra Leone. So when somebody sit down, they accuse you and say, you don't do nothing, we feel a slap on our face. Respect is give and take. When you respect me, you regard me, I respect you, I regard you. Regardless of age, regardless of position, regardless of who you are. You get to acknowledge the forerunners then of what you can't enough for on a platform. We are the forerunners. The previous government and the first lady acknowledge you where they did. They call me all time business. Did they call us? They handpicked. Me, and meter, I present reusable pad. 3 minutes in my office. Then I do get all the photos. Where she say, oh auntie, you know, say me na give them, they give me. I say you can change them, Madam First Lady. You can change them. Tell the one the way they do say this one do reusable. Let us create jobs for the girls. Let us create jobs for the women. I'm doing it. I have a whole factory. I'm the highest producer in Sierra Leone. I spoke about it. I lead it. People they know. He said, okay, well, ready, go bring reusable. So I have to chase him. Immediately left the UNICEF called me because as he snapped, he sent the picture out. People are accusing, oh, and inside they work with the first lady. I say, no, that camouflage, I can't buy it. I'm not part of that project. They call me. I told them, no, we are doing reusable because we are eco-friendly. We believe in the environment. We can't continue to use disposable for flood this country.
All right, madam.
So the accusations there where they say we no want work with her, we no do nothing. Make can show what you don't do before we.
This whole thing compound.
It's not fair.
This FGM thing, they
Yes.
doubt a lot of things. The first lady don't raise around issues in statements, Akenema, and this live way go. Serious issues, even this cat here, owner spam, and I go pull press release. They even doubt that story there.
Well, now you place that one day. Yesterday, I guess Victor was there. He was talking about it. Now then at the Human Rights Commission, yeah? Victor was there. He told them plainly, say, we have the complaint, we've done it, and it's unprofessional. Who dare you to go tell person about somebody's health condition publicly? It's violation, regardless of who you are. It's unprofessional, I can't do it. Me, my background is social work. I work in the UK. So nobody know they bring. We know the buttons. As well as you think say you are right up there, we know where to church. We meet people, we know people. We are into this game for 15, 20 years. So when he come, he don't want to get us
They say
involved.
the game, now
Can we?
forget that money, not to, not
Oh
join
well,
the same gym.
thank God, thank God. If I forget that money, una know me, Salma, I release them from Sylvia where they be, and I say, una go check my records from UK to Sierra Leone. 15 bloody good years, I not be knows. My grandpa girls, my papa girl, are not born poor. My cause is to work for Sierra Leone, and I've given it from Bintu Mani too for say peace before election, from Ebola, the war, the flooding. All of you know me. I gave my life and time for Sierra Leone and the girls and women of Sierra Leone. So if you can't accuse me saying money I can't make, good luck to you. Me and you would make
And
money.
I'm going to you not talk specifically for you. Call say start not so you know more.
Now they talk. My name Lady. My name is on the list. As God China, I signed that thing because we don't have enough. Then they derail we work. We don't take a whole space now.
No,
this
I write the
country.
petition.
Yes, now we write time. Me name
And that
Lady.
petition, they made them cancel. the
Yes.
statement.
Now they say no, not to we. When I play damage control, we did it. We met them. We meet baroness. We meet people in the UK because all of us we don't work in the House of Commons. We know people. We know to church. We know to ask because we know the compromise and the UK can't. If she's from the UK, he knows exactly whether you like it or not. Me professional, I will just keep going. Say, okay, this is him, this is me. But she doesn't. What are you looking for? We don't work. And now the big girls and any go bundu, na picking any go bundu. Una they camouflage you say child bundu is zero. They are suffering. I've done the bloodless right this December in marking 25 girls without cutting. All the Soko man and the story then say now this will the kind of it's doable. But the blood and the picking and clitoris now rituals and sacrifice. So they can't stop. Me granny na big story. And they challenge them and know exactly what they do with it. So now me question the article, my way them courts then give them conscious. No, they're not giving me. So side them can be picking thing. Tell me back. Now me language now, where them courts then give me. They saw where they all na camouflage. So where them don't tell we say the day where the command not giving them picking, the job done. They're not going to come out and host them go catch picking there. Now the command then they give them the picking. So me for what we do so with them, I don't create a PCLA for them. We get over 11 groups and community work they work. We give them business, then they do agriculture. No. We get 12 acre land where they work. Nobody not give me money in this country. You don't need for belong. You don't need for join politics for help Sierra Leone. That is my own stand. So where all political parties they come, I fit for. I say I'm not fit politics because I can't compromise my values. I have a moral values where they protect against integrity. And when I join when I don't become a scammer. They accuse me saying we're a scammer. Who are the worst scammers?
Who are the worst scammers?
Yes, who are the scammers?
Now they ask you a question. Who are the worst
Not
scammers?
them. Where
Who
accuse
that?
me say we're a scammer.
You mean the first lady?
Yeah. So they can't tell we say we're a scammer. When I accuse we. Ebo, now go check first before ever you come for response to people.
You also politically you also don't label on that.
Yes.
It gets to do with politics.
Politics.
So you know one
Do
of the
I
APC
belong? But Salma Tauna Sabini
Now
na
they
this
ask you
place.
now, you're not Karka, you member of APC. Now
Let
they
them
ask-
go check all the political party if I need to be part of a political party. How many times they chase me? I say no. Will they get executive pay 5 million? I say no way. You can't shut me down.
Madam
I have
Kumar,
to speak for the people of Sierra Leone.
from the
I will
background.
sit on the fence. I rather stay poor. You not go about me business. Not give me job. Internationally, they're giving me. They see my work. People know who I am. I'm not trying for scam nobody. I sacrifice my whole life. All what I worked for, I give back to my people and my country.
Madam
When I check me out,
Madam
may
Kumar,
all man chase me.
from the
Check me
background
out.
where you don't give, it's like you and firstly you don't work very, very good and I don't they achieve a lot of things. So going now to this level, you nothing can say for the benefit of Sierra Leone for work together instead of this back and forth.
Well, waiting me feel, I think, I know in the UK, we met so many forums. So me, having meeting up, where we talk face to face, I think say for being considered. But she's not a listening first lady. She does what she wants. And we, a big person, I get the knowledge on development person. The day when they call we, Paul them, bring we. I went there, we did a whole lot of work now, British Council. We give them all the inroads, we give them every information for making set a face. Sitting at AYV, the day we launch a project, I tell them, I say bring in all strong organizations in different industries. Go raise the money, come give us. If not 10,000, they give people there. Work with people, don't isolate yourself. You go see results. If you want make this answer go before, you go see results. They say, listen, the day when me and I go sit down in my office, oh, until now, no help you, now, no work with me. I say, are you ready to work with us? Young lady, are you ready to
Don't
work
Mr.
with
Jallo
us?
don't talk about how many times.
No
It's
way,
what he don't
please.
say.
Salmata Mejalo said me that he's just a young boy. At the
Na
sorry
him job
for
he
him
dey do.
because
Na him
yes,
job he
he's
dey do.
paid to do the
You know,
job.
no, na him job he dey do.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
make you
paid
talk
to
about
do
the
the
age
job.
line. Yeah, na him job
Yes,
dey do
I
so.
understand
Yeah,
that.
so I dey-
Jallo is paid to do the job. Let
Yeah.
him do his job.
Okay, now the same job you said they do. So
Ah,
again,
no,
so,
no, I'm not doing the same. I
Okay.
can't be. I know they manipulate. I know they fabricate. I know they
So
bring
Nigeria they do
integrity
now.
down.
So
I'm telling the truth.
okay, so
We need the truth.
okay, Daddy, I just say many times in the on records as spokesperson for the first lady, he don't invite you on several occasions. Una can talk. He said the first lady don't dey ask una on daytime anything. They go up till this moment.
Salmata, there are data out there. Let her go do a research. You do a research. Even currently, I'm doing a survey on FGM na million side where I work. I want to see the impacts. That leveraging, and they give me the strategic points.
Nas
So
say,
without-
Nas
without
don't
for
challenge
me.
una say, more una work out a doctor or a scientific and talk say, you would then pull you and you wait day. Would that enjoy passing compare who spend because say for her, you know, get no pain, no complication.
Yeah.
It's not that thing they up till this moment, una with the campaign,
Salmata.
justify. And so would that
Salmata.
they go through pain and would that know they enjoy. Would
Salmata.
that know they even you know they reach orgasm. You know that
Nasu-
thing and they Nasu say in fact, you know,
Nasu
get
na
am
my
when they reach
sister. Nasu
orgasm.
you get your own idea and I view. Me not the enjoy, I the enjoy. I'm fine. I respect him view. But me left for can't categorize and like say no all my own. We are not categorizing. Nasu imbo no way gonna tip them tipping team. Me ombo no I go then dip me. So me and I not the same bondo I go.
How you gonna know that one day?
I know am. Lord go check with her. Every day we dey kenema. Today I dey go bo. Tomorrow we dey kenema. We dey go na bo the bush we dey check with her. So the enjoyment way dey pan, you know na tip am. We get 2 or 3 different types of FGM. So no can challenge me say, oh, me I dey enjoy me. Yes, fine, I respect you. Me, I'm not enjoying it. Leave me, let me talk about it. You go talk about yourself. I didn't stop you.
Okay. Now, Jalo mentioned also that that petition, they even agree say yes on our right. I said, but that issue with the first lady, nobody, no, nothing for do that. In fact, when the first lady don't investigate, don't find out, say the organizers, like, still not too clear, and I ain't cancel now. No, you don't get to do to now your petition.
My dear, is damage control. Not to today begin work with that group. They get all the Nigerians flavors the way they hype. I know other friends. I met them. We meet in conferences. They talk to me even before she become a first lady. May I go to Justina first, the Malawian that lady. May I tell them I work with everybody in the UK. So it's a damage control. We did it. So una put flyer. Why una put flyer? If he know them. He don't know them, he sabi them. Then walk. Not to enforce this. They invite them. So what the point of saying, oh, we don't know them? Oh, because now we stop them. Whether on fly go up candle like Sylvia where they went make big sister. So it's just a wasting time because he lack integrity. So please,
No,
I'm sorry about it. So say we did it. We did it.
I know say you make your point, but you don't go attack somebody.
I'm not attacking now.
No, yeah, but for say
go ahead.
for say that statement.
Yeah,
you know,
because
for say-
even they can't challenge me. They accuse me.
Yes,
yes, now.
but Madam Sylvia Blind and Odina.
So we not call her. When I in a one big supporter for make you see FGM go down. You not to member.
From the point
You
where-
don't know how they
From the
feel.
point
So now make I don't tell
that
them. Make excuse
excuse
me.
we say in fact the first thing we feel say Cambridge involved. And that even make them be think and say for make it go. But because they know say who is holding the conference not clear, make the able for
We made it clear. We make them to do that. Hello. We made them to do that. Hello. Una stop for mix up people and brain. The truth is out there. You can't change it. Most stay with integrity. No, be real. Yes, it's a politics. Play with the political space. But when it comes to real issues about data, the data is out there. We have how many cases in court? What we don't care, Pekinian and don't die. Whose data again we want? The 30-year-old woman, whose data again we want? Whose proof we want?
The first lady in point is very clear. For Pekin, clearly, you know, they support anybody for go through that process.
We-
So, but somebody when an adult
he make decision.
Hello.
How many adults already go? Una just sit down na table, una dey talk. We dey na dey go on. And then at the interior, the in total, they work with these people. The pikin now they na the sufferer. The under 18s, they are the ones suffering from FGM. The adults, we don't give them sensitization. Now we get a born perfect movement. They are not going there. You cannot chase them and force them. We get university students that we say, if we go the bloodless, we want to be part of it. They love the culture, they love the ocean, they love the dancing, they love the fun, but they cannot do the cutting. So please, una go do una statistics, una go do una findings. Now the pikin them they suffer now. Mimi and see don't die now. May so get say. It's until now don't do the big one. It says the small one then now they cut.
Okay,
Look at all the photos and a small pikin.
Okay, we come
Una
back to
no be real. Sarah
Okay.
don't stop the
we
game.
come back to
The
Ijana.
government signed all the documents there for ban FDM
Okay,
completely.
continue for David to and later the program will take few commercial. When you come back, and Mr. Jallo, winner the spokesperson of the First Lady, will react to some of the issues that we do.
Education is a must, brother. If you don't need a play, you will.
I start to, I can't catch me.
You said that, can't catch me now. Look at the una. Can't catch me now.
Mommy, you know they tire for see them picking them here, they play all time. Like they not get nothing for do.
Mama, yeah, how for do?
My own boy picking self be they play all time. But now it look better small.
So what you do when it change?
And make it begin use learning passport for study.
What's not this learning passport?
Well, learning passport now one app where the Ministry of Basic Education with support from UNICEF don't come with, and it gets past question and answer where they make them easy for we picking them for study and pass exams. Look, now the learning passport me before they use for study and it try small.
Well, this na big opportunity for we picking them. Me self go try get this learning passport app so that me bobo go get all the past exam questions and answer the way in need.
Go to Google Play Store now and download the MBSSE Learning Passport for free. You know they pay anything. Mama, Papa, let we help we picking them forget the Learning Passport app. By this, we go help for prepare them well for the exams. Use the Learning Passport app today and pass the exam tomorrow. This message comes from the Ministry of Basic Education with support from UNICEF.
Education na free, na true. Joy is more.
We dey look for best betting experience. Register with 1xBet today and enjoy when you register with 1xBet. I say, then go give you 200% bonus by your first deposit. And when you complete your registration, side it, we then go ask you for put your official promo code. Just put AMS232. 1xBet. Try get on your phone. 1xBet get fine game them like casino game, card game, and they all get sober winning. They get football, basketball, tennis, and boku other one them with live updates. Register with your phone and make sure say you register with valid ID card. And when you done your registration, screenshot them for Bambai. You can withdraw and deposit with Colats, with Orange Money, Afri Money, 1xBet Cash, MasterCard, or Visa Card. 1xBet, they sponsor La Liga, Serie A, League One, Confederation of African Football, and a partnership with FC Cologne. That not done, then get them brand ambassador them like Yemata, the Laughing Matter, Crack Twist and Zamza, Robino the comedian, and plenty other one them. 1xBet, play on today, forget you're winning. And not forget to bet responsibly. The office the Lumley Beach Road by Empire Night Club. But if you're not able to reach there, call in a telephone number 076 100 338 or 078 206 171. 1xBet, I'll win you this week.
You don't listen to Money Coffee live from SLBC Radio FM 99.9. Now broadcasting out of Freetown, we SLBC regional station them, and we partner radio station they all about the country. Radio station like a Voice of Women Amatrujong. Radio station like a Universal Radio FM 98.9 of Freetown. Tongo Radio 107.5 FM na Tongofil, Loa Bambara Chief na Kenema District. Jaluau Community Radio na Shegwema, Voice of Bambara na Pendembu, Radio Jala na Jala University, Radio Bankasoka na Potloko, Radio Bontiko na Bonchabu Island, Radio Kori FM 103.3 na Tayama, 107.1 FM, Voice of Youth na Songo, and Radio Sawa 101.3 FM na Sowa Chief na Kono District, Zimi Radio na Mapele Pujong, Radio Wanjama na Pujong, Voice of Kisitongi Radio FM 97.7 na Boedutong, Kailaun District, Solena Agriculture Radio FM 92.7, Boedu na Kailaun, Mogbema Agriculture Radio FM 106.9 na Blama, Small Boat Chiefdom, and Kisibendu Radio na Koindu Kailaun Sef, Daily Morning Coffee.
Welcome back to the program Morning Coffee Day live on SLBC 99.9 FM na Freetown and Regional Station. Yes, Daddy, I don't listen to it in Anita say on the issues that we do already.
Thank you very much. I don't listen to it in Madam Anita say with a lot of temper. But I also want for at this juncture reiterate the position of the First Lady. First of all, I want for Madam Anita and all the anti-campaigners of recent time know say the First Lady na the front runner of advocacy in the country for protect and safeguard women and girl child. One, the First Lady na the front runner of advocacy in Asalo for protect and safeguard women and pikin. So in no way, in any way, support any action we geared towards disturbing and hurting the girl child. And again, the First Lady in presence, like Kenema, is not in any way as an endorsement of forceful initiation into the Bondo society. Attending the women's gathering in Kenema State again say in any way as an endorsement of forceful initiation into the Bondo society. The First Lady don't attend this program in Kenema for several times. Not in the First Lady they attend that. And in all of the attendance when they do, and all we tell you in the day part of this gathering, not take any position, where they support continuation of forceful initiation into the Bondo society. Now, the position of the First Lady in all of this, I think say Madam Aissata, they missed the point. And well, you may have started or you may have been into the advocacy world of the anti-FGM thing for several years ago. And waiting the First Lady say, only stay in dispute or breaking or putting down whatever you guys have been doing. Now I make over 8 years now since the First Lady became First Lady, only opening doors to anti-FGM campaigners. She has called upon them several times. Not to one time, not to yesterday in calling, not to last week in calling. 8 years down the line, she has been calling them. She has been inviting them to make them come to the table and dialogue. But none of them has ever shown up. And none of them will ever come and discuss issues we will do data and statistics, real issue, we will inform whatever decision. Waiting the ones for the First Lady do, now for them use the space and platform and say no to FGM. But how can you say no to FGM when this is a process you don't go through? You don't ever get bad experience. You're a circumcised woman, and nothing will ever happen to you. You are healed and happy. And if you want to tell me now, say, let her go and say no to FGM, you have to give me real evidences. You have to convince me, because the thing about advocacy or campaigner for breaking into the mind of people, give them new ideas. You have to come and convince me, but nothing like that. It don't ever happen. It don't ever happen. So the First Lady was not wrong for say you don't call upon them several times, but none of them ever show up. They never showed up. I want for Madam Aissata Nose. She said he talked a lot of things about the Hands of Our Girls as not being a successful one. I want to make him know say Salon as we at this point, Hands of Our Girls are one of the flagship programs there, one of the key program and components there we government is proud of. Today, if we get Boku girl picking in a school, more than ever in the history of Salo, not because of the Hands of Our Girls. Today, if we get law where they prohibit early marriage, we make any man or any kumbra we send it to king now marry those before 18, they get serious punishment now because of the hands of our girls. So the hands of our girls has done a lot of good things. The first lady being there as the bigger hand, where they take away all other hands from girls, it don't become successful. And I want for let Madame no say, the first lady is not against them. And the first lady is not working against them. But they on their own side has failed for make them convince the first lady on something we experience as how they put her. She has called on them several times. And let her bring again the issue of London, the lecture where the first lady for don't go do lecture. Madam my sister say, Madam Anita say, now because of the petition, make them cancel the program. That is equally not true. Most respectfully, it is not true. Because even the organizers of the program, we organize the program. When the first lady withdraw willingly in participation at the program, they were not happy about it. But the first lady gave to tell them, I cannot be in a program where get a lot of controversy over the one they will organize the program.
Anita say the first lady know them people. They're not people.
You don't say you know them people are. These are people who organize the program and go to Cambridge and go rent a hall and come and say, well, this program, now Cambridge get the program. Now Cambridge is the organizer. Cambridge are part of the organizers. And when the first lady fast check and no later say, the organizers of this program are not Cambridge, or Cambridge are not part of the organizers of the program. So definitely, they therefore withdraw in position for their part of that program. Not so because Madam then go make petition, Auntie Anita then go make petition, make the first lady in go on and that program they was cancelled. No, it is not so. Then we talk about the aspect of the FGM campaigners using this campaign as money. The elements of this campaigners, the elements of the drive this campaign are money business. For example, I want to talk about. Let's take an example to Madam Alimatu Demonike, who is one of the leading anti-FGM with the guidance petition. She is a tough card carrying member of the APC. That is one. And of recent times, we don't see on our social media, now Facebook and other platforms, in the big money to people. Give me 20 euro, give me 100 euro, give me 50 euro. I want to buy tickets for go Australia, for go attend the Women's Conference. How more can you explain all of these things? So the position of the first lady is simple. This is not a genuine fight. Waiting that they do so, or waiting people they do, now for them, this is all a political ploy. All of these are a political ploy by a set of people for create distraction to the first lady and make the first lady appear bad. But waiting they fail to understand now the fact that the first lady don't do significantly enough for protect women and girl. So let Madam Aisata, Madam Alimatu Demonike, and all the other people within that petition will say, the first lady was not looking for a platform. To them, I hear one of them, they say, yes, they don't pull her now, we'll see now. She was not looking for a platform. This is a woman we don't get the highest, biggest platforms in this country. More than any other woman, single-handedly put together. She has had all the biggest platforms. So going to Cambridge for do a public lecture on how the world for come together, enhance more capacity for protect women and girl women. It's not you doing her disservice because you had petition. It's you selling the image of the country like a place where they will look at some bad and misunderstand the first lady. The first lady in day one at Kenema was not in support of forceful female genital mutilation in any way. She is a circumcised woman, fully circumcised, and you don't ever get problem. And you know whatever they against the circumcision, you know whatever they in a position for support the circumcision of Pekin away below the ages of 18. No, you are an adult. You really want for good. It is by you. It is incumbent upon you. So I don't know waiting with FGM campaigners and they against the first lady for. Is it because the first lady not supports the side of taking girls below the ages of 18 into this FGM thing? because she's clearly stated it in all of our programs, in everything they do. You know, they support, let them put speaking where they below the ages of 18. Now that society, or let them go do a circumcision on speaking where they below the ages of 18. In as much as also in the support for let somebody where 18 or an adult, full adult for make a decision on their own. So let me get them clear. In day one other place, they not support forceful FGM, like waiting Auntie Alima today they say, and waiting Madam Anita they say, she has not in any way supported forceful FGM. So let get them clear. And in day one other place, they also speak to the fact that the first lady, they encourage women them, they encourage traditional leaders them. The one way they lead the FGM, for let them know say, they need for take their hands off from taking girls below the ages of 18 into forceful FGM because they don't get consent. What more service do they want the first lady for render to the women and girls of this country?
It's continue for so with that they are going to take news. We go come back for we talk to we guest them because we take a story from Kenema as the law courts na Kenema the law order for let them destroy some substance them. We therefore do it push and other one them because it cause serious problem. Of course, then we don't get also court order as we compensate for Moriba. We did talk to the deputy assistant registrar when Abraham Indolo Kata inside the center.
The law court and Kenema don't give orders for let them destroy various prohibited drugs and controlled substances where they tender and retain as exhibit and concluded criminal proceedings them before the law court. But who suspect they be tried then na the law court in respect of drugs like tramadol, kush, and marijuana, cannabis sativa. Boku stakeholders then, including local authorities, civil society organizations, the press, Office of National Security, and other bodies them, all witness the exercise where it be happen before Kenema Law Court. Ibrahim Indolo Kata, the Deputy Assistant Registrar, talk this.
Today, I'm glad for tell everybody say, as per the instruction of the Honorable Chief Justice, Justice Kombaka Manda, where he say we will not for keep quantity of drugs and we exhibit stores them, let they dispose of them as soon as possible. We in Kenema today, we don't adhere to that kind of instruction, and therefore we don't destroy quantity of drugs that will be there we store. For matter the way they don't convict people them for. So we don't destroy all their exhibits, we don't burn them. When I would just commode, I don't have them.
If we talk about money business, how much you feel say that thing go cost?
Well, I'm not able to ascertain how much it will cost in total because I don't know how much then they sell them. I'm not able to ascertain how much then drugs then they tramadol, kush, cannabis, who don't distress or how much the sum total will be.
What will be advice to the young one then, where they can always accuse it and they can make use of that today?
My advice now that this drug thing don't they reduce with labor force. Don't they reduce with labor force? They hinder with human capital development vision as a country. And if we get to young people then, and we now the future of this country, they indulge into drugs and they are addicted. Every now and then we see them at the roadside, everybody would see them at the roadside, and that they make me worry because the future of this country belongs to them people here. But if they are damaged in the youth stage, if they are damaged at the most productive stage of their life, then it's scary for we as a nation.
That drugs then, who say really they get them from the security forces?
The Australian police, that then they conduct the raids, that they investigate and then charge them come to court. So we only they receive them as exhibit in matters that are charged to court.
What do you go on say to the public at the moment as we depart?
I want to say to the public, being that this issue of drugs, they affect we all, one way or the other, directly or indirectly, they affect we all. Let we all collaborate together as a strong force, as a nation. Let we work with the police, let we work with the security apparatus, and let we ensure, say, we support them in ensuring that this drug business stop totally in the country.
Now, so some Fambuden, where they be witness the drugs burning, now the law court, now Kenema, be careful talk, about what they see.
Well, I mean, I host this to say the Provincial Security Coordinator, Office of National Security, Eastern Region. So, what we can do, we can showcase some amount of fairness in some of the narcotic, the drug, what we call the kush, the tramadol, the cannabis sativa. This that thing then this way they cause problem to people in our societies. Then we know say we human capacity, the young generation, don't they completely dwindled because of this particular drug issues. Then so without drug related issues don't become problem now we labor force our country. But Kenneman, to be specific, we don't do this. We see say the Office of National Security feel like no, we need for do this burning. There are public burning. We invite the first estate, we invite the CSOs, them civil society, and then we'll bring a lot of other security outlets in play. We all candidates, we don't witness them, where the judiciary don't pull out all that this drug they want on list, the tramadol, the kush, the quantity then they now record in our data. So later on I go engage the radio and able for address the public, for let them understand what in the security sector they do and what in the judiciary they do, for make sure say we able for stop drug taking of we young people them, because it really not become an issue. So today we can burn a whole lot of them. All the one they don't call, we don't burn them. As I talk to the mic, we see same the fire they on the drug they were on list, we don't burn them. And we burn them for go tell the public, say we know the police in the after then go use them back. We try for make say the public see we shall put all heap of them and don't put fire upon it, don't burn. So we continue for say the public will continue for see this kind of thing they happen. So that even when the police they try for enforce the law, we go see the public will cooperate, because when the public cooperates, it good. When we can burn them, they will begin will get good health. Probably not good in our society, then probably not good in our community. Then we don't boost the morale of the government for able to get a complete security sector review. So we'll tell you now, thank you for this kind of thing that will not happen.
My name is Asisi from Kenema. Your business that they do now, junks at the cell, but here are all kind of costs. So the paper bonded drug there, this tramadol and this kush, udi jamba. So the journalists all put on. So for the bond is here. So we all appreciate on that. We all glad in for the burn for the place we change. Kenema for change any kind way.
My name Dauda Sama Bunduka. I na assessor chief na court number 1 magistrate court. I really glad the way the things they go on now. Not to any other thing. The fight when they fight against the coups. We all don't dey against her. We don't dey against her. We pray to God, to Papa government, how it don't start and so let it continue. Because first time people they be they say when they go and they go sell them back, but they don't burn and everybody don't see. Population we all don't see, they don't put fire upon her. So we tell the government thank you.
My name is James. I can't court. I can meet up this incident. There whole a lot of jamba and tramadol, kush. We don't see when the stakeholders they beat up for Bonham, and we're glad the achievement they don't begin to do. So we tell the government thank you for invention and we don't begin to take, because it don't make this year don't make we go out. They don't actually it's gone. They don't come out of funds.
Plenty thank you to Yonsafa Moriba for talk to the Deputy Assistant Registrar, Wena Ibrahim Indolo. Tata, plenty thank you for getting interview.
All right, so they go through some of them. So many messages they don't count both to Facebook and the normal and text. This one say morning coffee. So I thank you for the program. Say plenty thank you to the First Lady in office for we can the program and clarify some of the issues there. Say most of them anti-FGM campaigners there. He say most of them are money, then they take. I not say the likes of Anita because in don't they do some work then na making we don't see.
This one they come from Tijan Kaikai is a really in good plead for a political party them give woman chance for make them serve na position then become one important.
This one say the First Lady say don't be recognized globally in championing the cause of woman then. He say for which every other salon woman very proud of her. He say dear me the anti-FGM campaigners, me they encourage you for join and una do this work. Me not appear like for say una they put in work done and instead they put una your work done.
Abu Joe Commander na Facebook they say Salma most of the women there is a most of the women they are no more they're more political than the NGO work with them they do. So I believe the First Lady where it be the one the answer for our girls, most of them be their own BNM for partnership as women. Say why the game don't change.
This one say thank you so much morning coffee for the program. It's an interesting discussion. It's a good production, Salma and Cindy. It's a indeed Lekwe, the First Lady, in office and then woman here decide for trash things out. They say because they think say the woman here so that petition self for the right not to the first lady ground.
This one from Samuel Benda. He say, Madam, he say, really impressed with the campaign when I do against FGM. He say, we dey maintain we culture, tego. He say, same-sex marriages, lesbianism, and other social advice them gradually and on the kind of with society, and we know for turn blind eyes.
This one they come up from Farmer Junior. Now we text line. He say, Salman Mohammed Simbi. Say, good program this morning. God bless you now.
David, they say, so the mami na the studio really mean what they talk so for say they get different way out than the court woman them. Say this new to me.
This one they come up from Ibrahim Soy on Facebook. He say good morning, Salon morning coffee. He said they enjoy the bread and butter this morning.
Ibrahim Soy Koyate from Facebook say good morning Salon. He say good morning morning coffee. He say they enjoy the program.
This one they come from Abu Joe Commander. Say the bar session. He say I really disgrace to this nation. He say most of the interests are politics. He say look how they don't end the legacy today.
For Abu Joe Commander again say this FGM now we say this FGM now wellness and by law now we you don't pass 18 make the police they investigate the woman we allege matter for bring justice to the woman. This is not clear.
Okay, the last one. So many messages in this morning. This one say good morning. SLBC morning coffee. He say the government really need to put an end to FGM. He say the culture still they can maintain and other aspects they made them look at quick one. VI as we round off the show this morning, what could be the way forward? Because already for many people in life, when they're in stalemate, regardless of your letter and NIB, the intervention, campaign be don't go, people be don't register, everybody been there on waiting. But how are things so that can get over this as a back?
Yeah, before I give the closing marks, I just want for quickly put on the cap as the vice chairperson of my student of Sierra Leone.
Okay.
And make a quick comment on this issue with the office of the first lady and the anti-FGM campaigners. First of all, it is good to recognize the fact that these people have been in this space for a long time. Advocating and making sure that they contribute towards the protection of women and girls. And that is given, and we appreciate that. It is also equally true that the first lady has been there for since she came, and she has really done a very good job in making sure that the women and girls are safe. She has done tremendously, whether here in Sierra Leone or on the international forum. But then waiting really for be done now that people have to approach the discussion with respect. When I heard Madam Anita, she was so hot-tempered. I think when you address the public, go for really be temperamental. Go for exercise some restraint. Not for be temperamental and say things that we will be offensive. Because when you're talking to just the other person we refer to, but not to general public. So now make up say people go for really restrain in trying to do or say the things them, you have to go one, but you have to be respectful when you approach issues, and you can't call names or blast for other people. I don't think that's the best way to go. So in the bad situation, I think the best way, the executive go for listen. They have to listen and make sure we get this AGM done and dusted. We are going to a recess. The court go for go recess, and the gains themselves, the gains they come very heavily very soon. So it's better that they come out and communicate to the membership clearly. Let we able for set up calendars them in relation to the new dates they will give it. Because it's very important. They are serving not themselves, but they are serving the membership, and this is a respected membership who gets over thousands of lawyers. So we need for be treated with respect, and I'm sure that the two-man-led executive, now in this executive, they are mature and they have to understand that we are doing this because we want to save the face of the bar. The putting man and Texas they say we have been losing face. That is the fact. So we have a responsibility for make sure we revive the glory of the bar, we restore the dignity of the bar, and I'm sure time will let it. We can do it because we are lawyers and we know we are learning people. We can always do the right thing. Never late at all. This is a company the company get constitution, or we just need to follow the constitution, and that will be fine. I mean,
But
once we do that,
legally right now, the executive still legally they enter because then time don't pass, or they can still because there is no dates. Now that's now people in concern.
yes, the executive,
and that date you said always concern on now.
the executive is still legally in place, legally seated, because the MNA they tell you see the next general election, the next annual general meeting will be conducted at least, or I mean, at most 15 months from the last elections, from the last AGM. So that means since we don't get the committee, I say we don't get a resolution, which I will say we get now elections then after every 2 years, and that one has been filed. They don't file them at all already. So the executive gets 15 months. So now they are living on, if you like, call it an extension of 3 months, of 90 days. So if 90 days expire, they cannot sit in that office for a day. So after the expiration of that 90 days, if they continue to sit, then it will be illegal. Okay, so that is why we are saying announce a date so that within these 3 months, we're able to know exactly who send the election to come up, who send the AGM will come up, and the election will come up, and then people will prepare, and you said will prepare for forget the transition. Whether you have to continue new people and for come for the executive, or whether a wholly new executive they come up, we all will know that one day and get a better and transitioning, so
Thank
that
you so
the bar
much.
will be respected once
Thank
again.
you so much, VA. I will take number for you.
Who saw you say fire on the mountains so Poly? Yeah, what you say, Poly? I say who saw you say fire on the mountains, who saw you? Now inside bypass road to Gaza, that mountain got upside down. Poly, that the wall are they so? The rain when they come don't cause the water for one over and expose you all the hosts already up there don't naked now. Then they post contacts now the aquatar and just hang no more for danger anytime. All of that inside bypass road to Gaza community up to Mountain God by inside bypass road. ONS Disaster Management Agency Poluda again bo. Red Cross and Kansulo. The police say there is fire on the mountain. Up to inside bypass road to Gaza, up to Mountain Kotona go de. Now contacts now all the hosts just hanging out. The water don't wash all the dirty. The aquatar just hang up the number. Gaza community up inside bypass road to Mountain Kotianda. Una go de no bo.
Once I've to thank you to over Polo and so the program will left for today. We sense what say we teach and tongue the make Palaba Peleno for mix. Plenty thank you, listen, plenty thank you to studio operators Rena Sally for Tamara and Chira to say and the man being on Facebook page Rena Stephen Darambala. Mina Samantha.
Emina Mohammed, bye bye.